being attacked by lights. Good morning. I haven't brushed my hair or anything. Oh, it's Wednesday and it is day 11 of Vlogmas. Got the sparkly lights on because I thought I would sit here and answer some questions. I've been going through your comments this morning and I'm so annoyed, not with you, I'm so annoyed because so many of you have been so encouraging about my walking. And I know I'm probably not going to hit my target by the end, like not in 12 months, maybe in 13 months. But I was thinking of skipping today. And I thought, do you know what? No, I feel really encouraged reading everyone's comments. I'm going to go out. So I texted my friend who said, give me a shout if ever you're going out. I'll come along with the dog if I'm around. And said, right, do you want to go? And she said, yes. And then I remembered that I've got to wait until 6 o'clock because I've got FedEx coming with a new bath panel. They tried to deliver it last week. We weren't in. They tried to re-deliver it. I was in. They still couldn't deliver it for reasons I still don't fully understand. But we ordered the bath panel from Victoria Plumbing. I need to give them a shout out. Victorian Plumbing have been absolutely brilliant. They've handled the whole situation. They've got it sent back out to me. They were apologetic. They even refunded me the shipping costs. Anyway, I didn't mean to go into bathroom fittings, but that's why I'm here and why I'm not out walking. But hopefully they'll arrive. If they arrive before 11:30 or 12, then I can still go for a walk. But what's the likelihood of that? I need a tissue. My cold is more or less gone. I've still got the red nose, but nothing we can do about that. Okay, so I'm going to go through and look up questions that have been asked during Vlogmas. I've also got a couple of notes here of things that I wanted to mention from where I was going through comments this morning. So let's go to, I'm going to scroll back and go in order from day one. Okay, day two, because I think I answered some earlier in Vlogmas, didn't I? So, how do you make the origami stars, please? Right, okay, so origami stars is something I learned to do quite a few years ago. I can now do it off by heart, but there is a tutorial that I've used, which I shall find. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget to link it at the end. So origami star tutorial, I'll put it in the description box for you. They're really good fun to make, and once you've got the hang of it, you'll just be able to do it without thinking. Brittany Roosh, the mushroom in today's advent, we're on day 3 now, was darling. I'm on vacation this week in London. Oh, lovely, shopping and seeing the beautiful lights. I'm only half an hour from London on the train, and we very rarely go up and see the lights just because it's so busy, which is silly because they are beautiful. Did you know there is a Moomin shop in Covent Garden? It's very fun. I love the cookie cutters shaped for them, but lots of Moomin goodies there. Yes, I've been to the Moomin shop in Covent Garden quite a few times. It is gorgeous. It's in a really quirky little building with creaky stairs and everything. It's lovely. So I hope you had a lovely time on your holiday in London, Brittany. How many stitches did you start with for your crochet project? That's from Vicky. I'm pretty sure I answered that already, or am I remembering that wrong? But 96 foundation single crochet stitches for the Just Feel Festive shawl with a 3mm hook and fingering weight yarn. Sue Cole's House Dan's Knitting going, we were talking about this last night, Suze. Dan has been knitting a hat and we're ready to do the decreases, and just between the two of us we've been absolutely useless at sitting down together, but we were talking last night about whether we should sit down and do that over the Christmas period so that he can wear his hat. Thank you for asking. Keep asking, because otherwise it will never get done. Oh, Maz 4879. Hi Ali, love sharing time with you during Vlogmas. Thank you. I received the same Republic of Teas advent as you and I'm loving it. That's the one that you haven't seen me open often. It's a 12-day one, so I'm kind of eking it out. We've opened the first day, which was lovely. It was peach tea. Some of them are black teas that are flavoured and some of them are just herbal. And Dan and I are drinking them together. And he's been out of the house all week this week. But yes, we really like that first one. I'm trying to finish a crochet blanket for charity before Christmas comes. Off to Oklahoma to celebrate my granddaughter's doctorate graduation. Wow. So proud of her and her hard work. I bet you are. Truly a Christmas gift to share this special moment with her and her family. That is lovely. Congratulations to your granddaughter. You must be extremely proud. Marianne, this is on day 6. The bright pink scarf is gorgeous. There was always a lot of love for the bright pink scarf. Would you please list the pattern if known? Relax now after watching a few of your Vlogmases tonight. Happy weekend. Oh, thank you, Marianne. So this is a crochet pattern. It is the Moonlit Shawl, pretty sure that's right, by lovely Sandra. Sandra Port of the Cherry Heart podcast. She is the designer of one of the Advent projects, the Getting Ziggy shawl that I'm making. It's designed for one skein of fingering weight yarn. This yarn you can't get anymore. It's called Hot Pink Hot Pants, and it's by Betsy Makes, and she doesn't dye yarn anymore, unfortunately, because it's lovely. Makes me realise this is the scarf I go for the most out of all the scarves I've made, and I think I love bright pink because, yeah, I think it suits me. It's comfortable. I like the way it looks. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I will link the pattern underneath this video. I'm writing that down. I'm very efficient today. Moonage. Thank you for your question, Marianne. Woolly Kind Knits. Enjoying Vlogmas with you as always, Ali. Can you share what it is about Denmark that makes it your favourite country? Would love to hear more. By the way, witter might be my favourite word that I never hear in the US. To witter is to just go on and on. Denmark. So where did it start? I read a book quite a few years ago called A Year of Living Danishly by Helen Stewart. I'll put it on the screen if I move over here. And I just fell in love with that story. It was about an English couple that moved to Denmark, and it was just about how it was a non-fiction, it was like a biography type thing. It was about how they settled into the country and the traditions of that country, and it made me fascinated. So I read more from Denmark. Then I read The Little Book of Hygge by Mike Waring, I think is his name. And I read that cover to cover and I just adored it. Then my dad died in 2018, and it was a sad year, and we decided to do something out of the ordinary that would make a bad year, to bring a bit of joy into it. So we went on our family holiday to Denmark, and we stayed in the very north of Zealand, the island where Copenhagen is, right in the north, in a place called Tisvildeleje, I think. Everyone in Denmark is going, no, Ali. That's not how you pronounce it. It was gorgeous. It was probably one of the best holidays we've ever had. Everyone we met was just so friendly. The country itself was wonderful. It's so full of history. Yeah, and that's what makes it one of my favourite countries in the world to visit. I love their vibe, their attitude, their food, and their bikes. Always love to go somewhere where it's a city or a country that's really set out for bikes. And I want to tell you what else as well. Really, really child friendly. Everywhere we went, every museum, every attraction, the kids were free. I think it was anyone under 16 or something were just free, and it was just so much better than here. Like we pay for everything anywhere we go with Phoebe. As far as they're concerned, it costs money to go anywhere with her. Where really with cultural institutions, museums, I feel like I'm getting on my soapbox here, and things, I feel like, that's how it should be, because it should be open to young people in that way. Yeah, lovely. If you ever get the chance to go to Denmark, I would highly, highly recommend it. And if you live there, I'm very jealous. Okay, day 7, Lindsay Brook, that rich brown yak. I'd love a sweater made of it. Does it have a colourway name? No, it doesn't. All of the Advent minis in the, this is the Blue Fern Yarns, Blue Fern Yarns Advent. They don't have colourway names. They'll all have been dyed specifically for the Advent. But if you go and have a look at the Blue Fern Yarns website, she may well have some similar things. Shannon has a real eye for colour. Her yarn is beautiful. Staying with day 7, Kelly. What's before the tea you get? One would think you're English. Very funny, Kelly. That's not a real question, but thank you very much. Kelly, it's always lovely to see your name, Kelly. Mimi Afy, Marks and Sparks and Hole in the Wall. Yes, I'm from Liverpool. Is it a northern thing? Well, apparently not, because lots of people have been saying all over England, Scotland, Wales. I don't know if I've got any viewers in Wales. Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Yes. So, but I don't know if they've commented about the Hole in the Wall, Marks and Sparks thing. So if you haven't watched day 7, this is going to just seem like gobbledygook to you. But are you doing 1,000 miles next year? I was just thinking some kind of walk along with you would be very motivating. I'm sure you have lots on anyway, but just a mad idea. Thanks for another lovely Vlogmas. You're welcome and thank you for watching. That's a good idea. So we do 1,000 miles together next year. I would be up for that. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. Maybe we could do it as we could talk about it on YouTube, but maybe we could set it up as a bit of a Instagram thing as well. So I am on Instagram. I have an account which is mainly about my walking and outdoory things, and that is called Alison Wandersland. If you have a look there, you'll see clips and things from my walks over the past year. Let me know if you're interested and we will talk further. What a good suggestion. Thank you very much. Melanie Caldicott. Hi Ali, thanks so much for the perfect blend you create of real life and cosy feel-good moments in your videos. Thank you. Oh, that's really, really nice because that's what I want to go for. I've watched many of your videos now and I always wonder why you have a no outside clothes on the bed rule. I've heard you explain what bedding material you like, but never this. It makes me curious every time you say it. It stems from commuting in London. So for many years I commuted on trains and tubes and things, and the thought of coming home and sitting on my bed wearing the clothes that I'd also sat on the tube or the train on would just make me go, no. It would be like, I don't know, no, just no. It started before that with a bag. So like I would have a bag and it would sit on the floor of the tube. So and I was like, no, you can't put a bag on the bed. And then it just transferred to clothes and things. So I always feel like I want to keep my my bed a outdoor free zone, as in outdoor clothes free zone. So I always make sure I'm in my pyjamas before I sit on the bed. Also, it stops the girl, well, Phoebe jumping on the bed when she gets home from football and she's covered in mud and astroturf beads. Boot 515, this is still on day 7. Love your Vlogmas, thank you. Would you mind sharing the recipe for the salmon and noodle dinner Dan cooked? It looked delicious. Oh, I forgot to do that. I'm pretty sure I've written it out somewhere. If I have done, I will link that video underneath. If not, I will try to find it and write it out underneath this video. Oh, and the same person also asked, where did you get your boots from? They're from Clark's. They do the same, they're called the Orinoco or something, and they do a similar pair every year, and I tend to buy a pair every year or two. They last really well and they're really comfortable. Love my Clark's boots. Djel Zinga. I have a question, Ali. When you are working on your crochet project with your Advent minis, do you continue until you use all of the colour you are currently using, or do you stop when you have enough to complete the row so as not to have 2 colours in the same row? Okay, so usually what I do is I just keep going until I've nearly run out, and then I join in the next one wherever I am in the row, and I just work 3 or 4 stitches together and then keep going. So I kind of weave in the ends as I go as well, and I don't have to be at the end of the row to do that. However, and I'm doing that for my Just Feel Festive shawl, which I'm making with my green lambkin yarns. However, for the Getting Ziggy shawl, because of the nature of the pattern and the colours of the yarns, It's a very kind of, so far anyway, it's a very obvious transition between colours. So what I did for that was I stopped at the end of the row. I think I had about that much yarn left. So it wasn't like a lot, but I cut the yarn there and then just joined in at the end of the row, which is what I'm going to do, I think, until I get further down the shawl, because then it will be less obvious, because they'll be more mingled as the shawl gets wider and the batches of colours get thinner, if that makes sense. I'll see how I feel when I get there. But good question, thank you very much. Rosemary O'Brien, where do you get your lovely oilcloth tablecloths? I have a very hard time finding them in the US, and when I do, they're very expensive. Do you know, so we got a shop here called Dunelm, and they sell oilcloth by the metre, and I just get the right amount, roughly to within half a metre, and then I put it on the table and cut it if it's got a bit of extra. So then if I have a bit of extra, I use it to line drawers and stuff like that. But that's where I get them here. So they're not actual tablecloths, they're just lengths of oilcloth. Jeanette again, lovely Jeanette Hinchcliffe. How did Dan get on with the Lego Land Rover? Oh wow, my friend who I was going to go for a walk with this morning is the owner of that, and she's taken it back. She's very pleased because Dan finished it, he loved it, he got on really well with it, he had a lot of fun. He got on really well with it, thank you very much. And next she's got the Simpson houses, so he's going to do the Simpson houses next. Marissa, did you put your Christmas Eve box under your gorgeous tree? It's funny how much a tree just brings in the Christmas magic. So true. It feels like Christmas is finally here now we've got the tree up. And thank you, Marissa, for reminding me. I did, but only last night. Only remembered last night. So my Christmas Eve box from the Wool is the Answer ladies is under the tree. Now I've just got to remember to open it on Christmas Eve. Tina, has Dan seen the Poinsettia set of Lego? No. He has not. I shall write this down. I'll put a list here now for Dan. Poinsettia Lego. I will also write Sue's hat. Thank you for that. I will tell him. Lindsay Brooke, your tree is beautiful. Thank you. Does Mia leave it alone when she's visiting? This is my first Christmas with Cami and I'm not trusting her with a full-size tree. Mia is not interested in the tree at all. She's currently asleep in an Amazon box on the table behind the camera. She is old and not very playful and has no interest in the tree. Unless it can scratch her or feed her, I don't think she's very interested in it. So no, she's not bothered by the tree. I had a lovely chat with Mia's owner this morning, actually, as I was saying goodbye to the chimney sweep. We stopped and had a chat, and I said, I hope you don't mind that she's at ours all the time. And she said, oh, I hope you don't mind. So yeah, and I said, well, if you ever can't find her, she's on our table currently in an Amazon box. And she reassured me that she is coming home every night to eat her food and she's eating well. So everybody that loves Mia knows where Mia is, and we know that she's staying healthy, bless her heart. Sarah Welsh, I'm sure you get this question all the time, but what is the pattern of the beautiful pink scarf you're wearing in the thumbnail? Thank you for the daily vlogs. I always feel so cosy and festive when I watch. Thank you, that's such a compliment, and I've just shared the details. And oh, I think we're up to date. So we're up to yesterday, day 9. No, yesterday was day 10. Day before yesterday, day 9. Another lovely vlog, thank you. This is Mama Knitter. Watching your vlogs is the highlight of my day. Oh, you did an amazing job on your book nook. How long did it take you all together? Did you use glue at all, or did everything just stick together? Thanks so much for the discount. I'm off to order one now as a treat for myself. Happy holidays. Okay, great question. Yes, you do use glue. You need glue, which I didn't realise at first, but I had a little tube of super glue, Loctite super glue, and that did the job fantastically. I only needed glue for a couple of things. You have to stick the picture frames on. So the pictures are printed on the walls and you put the picture frames, you stick them on so it looks like they've got a 3D frame. And then some of the books go on the bookcases and you stick those on so they don't fall out every time you move it, because it'd be too complicated to have to reach in and put them all back together. Was there anything else I had to glue? Oh, one of the little shop sign that's at the back inside of the shop that's got an owl on it. Very little gluing to be done. But yes, you definitely need a good, strong, quick drying glue like super glue. It took me all in all probably just over 2 hours. I did about an hour and then I had to stop and make dinner and then I finished it off. I did spend more time than necessary farting about with the lights because I couldn't work it out. But actually what you have to do with the lights is you put it, so there's a little sensor, it's really sensitive, and you put it so it's facing up on the underside. And I just wedged it slightly under the little wooden grippy thing. If you've got it, you'll know what I mean. And it makes it touch the wood. And then when you touch the little printed star on the top, on the outside, it turns on. So it was really, really, really lovely. I really enjoyed it. It was really fiddly. It's supposed to be. It's a puzzle. It's a 3D puzzle. You follow each step a bit like Lego. And you have to find the pieces and everything like that. But I love a little fiddly project like that. And it feels like you have to put the effort in to get the result, and it was so worth it. I really, really enjoyed it. And so many of you have gone and ordered one, so thank you for that, because I get a little bit of commission when you did that. So I think I've got enough to go and order myself another one, which I'm going to, because I'm a little bit obsessed now. So they do a Christmas one. I don't know if it'll get here in time. Shall I order a Christmas one? I might order a Christmas one. Okay, then I've got a couple of things that I wrote down. Lemon Balm Mel left the best comment ever. When I was saying I'm not sure I'm going to make my 1,000 mile target, she said, why don't you just change it so that you're walking 1,000 kilometres? So basically, if I did that, I'm at about 823 miles, I think, which would put me at about 1,300 kilometres, which means technically I've smashed it. So I did like that suggestion a lot. Meanwhile, Sue Nichols, lovely Sue from the comments, is heading for 2,400 miles this year, and she's going to make it, she reckons. That is incredible, Sue. So let's all, a round of applause for Sue at her 2,400 mile mark. Janet Richards asked me, what is a Swede? So I was talking about Swede, the vegetable, when I was making my vegetable stew the other day. And I get asked this a lot, but a Swede, let's turn to Google to make sure I get it right. Swede. A Swede is from the same family as a turnip. Swede is a Swedish turnip, hence the name Swede. They are bigger, tougher skinned, yellow flesh, and much hardier than a turnip. Turnips are the smaller ones with smoother skin and white flesh. When you see them in the supermarket, they've normally got that kind of purple gradient to them, whereas a Swede is a lot bigger and uglier. It's kind of got a yellow to green gradient on it. The flesh is orange, and in Scotland, well, my mum calls it neeps, which would be short for turnips, which is from the same family, but a Swede is actually not an English turnip, it's a Swedish turnip. It's bigger. In my opinion, much tastier, much nicer. Boil it up until it's soft. Mash it, add pepper and butter. Lovely. Love a Swede. Elena asked to see the chickens. I haven't shown the chickens yet so far in Vlogmas, so I might go and do that now, because I've got to go and take them down there. See, poor Peggy Sue is molting. She is not looking her grandest. So I apologise to Peggy for putting her on the internet looking as she's currently looking. And oh my goodness, I've written a little note here to say, read out Margaret North's comment. Oh my goodness, this was so funny. So Margaret said, love your tree. Thank you, Margaret. Many years ago, we bought a hanging angel for the tree, and over the years she has fallen apart. Now, one of us hides the separate arms, body and head on the tree, which we have to search for. My husband hid the angel yesterday, and I have only found the arms so far. I wouldn't mind, but it's a tiny tree. I love those kind of bonkers family traditions that you've got, a sort of dismembered angel being hidden in your Christmas tree. I love that, Margaret. Love it. Right, I'm going to edit this together and see how long that is, because I don't want to bore the pants off you today. So let's see how long this is, and then we'll decide if we're going to just wrap it up and call it Answering Questions vlog, or if we're going to do any more things. I will at least open my advents. It's seed time. Here is Martha. She was the scraggliest one. So you can see how good she's looking. She's enjoying her seed. Hey, Martha. Down here's Hey Hey. Yeah. Here is Hannah. And this is Peggy, who is normally a magnificence of feathers, but is now a scrawny looking dinosaur. Oh Peggy, you've chosen the wrong time of year to have a molt. It hasn't affected her appetite though.